The third chapter.
第3章。
More money troubles.
お金のトラブルが増える。
And soon now the doctor began to make money again, and his sister, Sarah, bought a new dress and was happy.
やがて今度は博士がまたお金を稼ぐようになり、妹のサラは新しいドレスを買って幸せになりました。
Some of the animals who came to see him were so sick that they had to stay at the doctor's house for a week. And when they were getting better they used to sit in chairs on the lawn.
博士に会いに来た動物の中には、病気で1週間も博士の家に泊まらなければならないものもいました。そして、元気になった動物たちは、芝生の上の椅子に座るのが日課でした。
Pig and goose in lawn chairs with the doctor.
先生と一緒に芝生の椅子に座る豚とガチョウ。
They used to sit in chairs on the lawn.
芝生の上に座っていた。
And often even after they got well, they did not want to go away. They liked the doctor 20 and his house so much. And he never had the heart to refuse them when they asked if they could stay with him. So in this way he went on getting more and more pets.
そして、良くなってからも、彼らは医者20と彼の家がとても気に入ったので、離れようとしなかったのです。そして、博士の家に泊めてもらえないかと頼まれたとき、博士は決してそれを拒むことができなかったのです。こうして、彼はどんどんペットを増やしていった。
Once when he was sitting on his garden wall, smoking a pipe in the evening, an Italian organ grinder came round with a monkey on a string. The doctor saw at once that the monkey's collar was too tight and that he was dirty and unhappy. So he took the monkey away from the Italian, gave the man a shilling and told him to go. The organ grinder got awfully angry and said that he wanted to keep the monkey. But the doctor told him that if he didn't go away he would punch him on the nose. John Dolittle was a strong man, though he wasn't very tall. So the Italian went away saying rude things and the monkey stayed with Dr. Dolittle and had a good home. The other animals in the house called him Chi-Chi, which is a common word in monkey language, meaning ginger.
ある時、博士が庭の塀の上に座って夕方パイプを吸っていると、イタリアのオルガン研魔工が紐でつながれた猿を連れてやってきた。博士はすぐに、猿の首輪がきつすぎること、猿が汚れていて不機嫌であることを見抜いた。そこで彼はイタリア人から猿を取り上げ、その男に1シリング渡して立ち去るように言った。引き戻しはひどく怒って、その猿を飼いたいと言った。しかし博士は、もし立ちこらないなら、彼の鼻を殴るぞと言った。ジョン・ドリトルは背は高くなかったが、強い男だった。そこで、イタリア人は無礼なことを言って去っていき、猿はドリトル先生のところに残り、いい家に住むことができました。家の他の動物たちは彼をチーチーと呼んだ。猿語で生姜を意味する一般的な言葉である。
And another time, when the circus came to Puddleby, the crocodile who had a bad toothache 21 escaped at night and came into the doctor's garden. The doctor talked to him in crocodile language and took him into the house and made his tooth better. But when the crocodile saw what a nice house it was with all the different places for the different kinds of animals, he too wanted to live with the doctor. He asked couldn't he sleep in the fish pond at the bottom of the garden, if he promised not to eat the fish. When the circus men came to take him back he got so wild and savage that he frightened them away. But to everyone in the house he was always as gentle as a kitten.
またある時、サーカスがパドルビーに来た時、ひどい質21のワニが夜逃げして、博士の庭にやってきた。医者はワニ語で彼に話しかけ、家の中に連れて行き、彼の歯を良くしてやった。しかし、ワニは、その家が動物の種類ごとに場所が分かれていて、とてもいい家であることを知ると、自分も博士と一緒に住みたいと思うようになった。そして、魚を食べないと約束するならば、庭の底にある養魚池で眠れないかと尋ねた。サーカス団が彼を連れ戻しに来た時、彼はとても荒々しく野蛮になり、彼らを怖がらせて追い払った。しかし、家の中の誰に対しても、彼はいつも子猫のように優しかったのです。
But now the old ladies grew afraid to send their lapdogs to Dr. Dolittle because of the crocodile, and the farmers wouldn't believe that he would not eat the lambs and sick calves they brought to be cured. So the doctor went to the crocodile and told him he must go back to his circus. But he wept such big tears, and begged so hard to be allowed to stay, that the doctor hadn't the heart to turn him out.
しかし、老婦人たちは、ワニのためにドリトル先生のところに膝焦燥を送るのを怖がるようになり、農夫たちは、治療するために連れてきた子羊や病気の子牛を先生が食べないとは信じられなくなりました。そこで博士はワニのところに行って、サーカスに戻るように言いました。しかし、彼は大粒の涙を流し、ここにいさせてほしいと強く懇願したので、博士は彼を追い出す勇気がありませんでした。
So then the doctor's sister came to him and said,
そこで、博士の妹がやってきて言いました。
John, you must send that creature away. Now the farmers and the old ladies are afraid to send their animals to you just as we were beginning to be well off again. Now we shall be ruined entirely. This is the last straw. I will no longer be housekeeper for you if you don't send away that alligator.
ジョン、あなたはあの生き物を追い払わなければなりません。今、農夫や老婦人たちは、あなたのところに家畜を送るのを恐れています。今度こそ私たちは完全に破滅するでしょう。もうダメだ、あのワニを追い出さないなら、もう家政婦流行らないぞ。
It isn't an alligator, said the doctor, it's a crocodile.
ワニじゃないよ、ワニだよと博士は言った。
I don't care what you call it, said his sister. It's a nasty thing to find under the bed. I won't have it in the house.
どう呼ぼうと構わないわと彼の姉が言った。ベッドの下にいたら気持ち悪いわ。家の中には入れないわ。
But he has promised me, the doctor answered, that he will not bite anyone. He doesn't like the circus, and I haven't the money to send him back to Africa where he comes from. He minds his own business and on the whole is very well behaved. Don't be so fussy.
しかし、彼は私に約束しました。彼は誰も噛まないと博士は答えました。サーカスが嫌いで、アフリカに返すお金もない。彼は自分のことは自分でするし、全体としてとても行儀がいい。そんなに騒がないでください。
I tell you I will not have him around, said Sarah. He eats the linoleum. If you don't send him away this minute I'll go and get married.
サラが言った。私は彼を飼うつもりはない。リノリウムを食べるんです。今すぐ追い出さないなら、私は結婚するわ。
All right, said the doctor, go and get married. It can't be helped. And he took down his hat and went out into the garden.
わかったよと博士は言った。結婚しなさい。しょうがないですね。そして帽子を取って庭に出ました。
So Sarah Dolittle packed up her things and went off, and the doctor was left all alone with his animal family.
サラ、ドリトルは荷物をまとめて出て行き、博士は動物の家族と二人きりになった。
And very soon he was poorer than he had ever been before. With all these mouths to fill, and the house to look after, and no one to do the mending, and no money coming in to pay the butcher's bill, things began to look very difficult. But the doctor didn't worry at all.
そして間もなく、彼は以前にも増して貧しくなってしまったのです。口は取り出がるし、家の面倒も見なければならないし、作ろう人もいないし、肉屋の勘定も入ってこないし、大変なことになりそうだった。しかし、博士は全く心配しませんでした。
Money is a nuisance, he used to say. We'd all be much better off if it had never been invented. What does money matter, so long as we are happy?
金は厄介者だと彼はよく言ったものだ。お金なんて発明されなかったら、もっといい暮らしができたんだ。幸せならお金なんてどうでもいい。
Doctor asleep in chair, cow behind him, cat on stairs.
博士の寝顔、背後の牛、階段の猫。
One evening when the doctor was asleep in his chair.
ある晩、博士が椅子で眠っていると。
But soon the animals themselves began to get worried. And one evening when the doctor was asleep in his chair before the kitchen fire they began talking it over among themselves in whispers. And the owl, Tutu, who was good at arithmetic, figured it out that there was only money enough left to last another week if they each had one meal a day and no more.
しかし、 やがて動物たちも心配し始めました。ある晩、台所の火の前で博士が眠っていると、動物たちはひそひそと話し始めたのです。算数の得意なフクロウのトゥーは、1日1食にすれば、あと1週間分しかお金が残らないことを突き止めた。
Then the parrot said, I think we all ought to do the housework ourselves. At least we can do that much. After all, it is for our sakes that the old man finds himself so lonely and so poor.
そこでオウムが言った。家事は自分たちでやろう。少なくとも、それくらいはできるだろう。結局のところ、老人がこんなに孤独で貧しいのは、私たちのためなのです。
So it was agreed that the monkey, Chi-Chi, was to do the cooking and mending, the dog was to sweep the floors, the duck was to dust and make the beds, the owl, Tutu, was to keep the accounts, and the pig was to do the gardening. They made Polynesia, the parrot, housekeeper and laundress, because she was the oldest.
そこで、猿のチーチーは料理と繕い物、犬は床掃除、アヒルは雑巾掛けやベッドメイキング、フクロウのトゥートゥーは会計、豚は庭仕事ということになった。オウムのポリネシアは一番年上なので、家政婦兼洗濯婦にした。
Of course at first they all found their new jobs very hard to do all except Chi-Chi, who had hands, and could do things like a man. But they soon got used to it, and they used to think it great fun to watch Jip, the dog, sweeping his tail over the floor with a rag tied onto it for a broom. After a little they got to do the work so well that the doctor said that he had never had his house kept so tidy or so clean before.
もちろん、最初はみんな新しい仕事をするのが大変だと思った。チーチー以外は手があったので、人間のように何かすることができた。しかし、すぐに慣れました。犬のジップが、雑巾をほうき代わりにして、尻尾を床掃除するのを、とても楽しいと思ったものです。少しすると、彼らはその仕事を上手にこなすようになり、先生は、自分の家がこれほど片付き、きれいになったのは初めてだとおっしゃいました。
In this way things went along all right for a while, but without money they found it very hard.
このようにして、しばらくはうまくいっていたのですが、お金がないと、とても大変なことになりました。
Then the animals made a vegetable and flower stall outside the garden gate and sold radishes and roses to the people that passed by along the road.
そこで動物たちは、庭の門の外に野菜や花の屋台を作り、道を通る人たちに大根やバラを売りました。
But still they didn't seem to make enough money to pay all the bills and still the doctor wouldn't worry. When the parrot came to him and told him that the fishmonger wouldn't give them any more fish, he said.
しかし、それでもまだお金を稼ぐことはできないようでした。オウムがやってきて、魚屋がもう魚をくれないと告げると、先生は言いました。
Never mind. So long as the hens lay eggs and the cow gives milk we can have omelets and junket. And there are plenty of vegetables left in the garden. The winter is still a long way off. Don't fuss. That was the trouble with Sarah, she would fuss. I wonder how Sarah's getting on, an excellent woman in some ways. Well.
気にするな。鶏が卵を産み、牛が牛乳を出す限り、オムレツやじゃんけんを食べることができる。それに庭には野菜がたくさん残っている。冬はまだ先だ。騒がないように。サラの悩みはそれだった。彼女は大騒ぎをする。サラはどうしてるかしら、ある意味優秀な女よ、まあまあ。
But the snow came earlier than usual that year, and although the old lame horse hauled in plenty of wood from the forest outside the town, so they could have a big fire in the kitchen, most of the vegetables in the garden were gone, and the rest were covered with snow, and many of the animals were really hungry.
しかし、その年は例年より早く雪が降り、足の悪い老馬が町の外の森からたくさんの薪を運んできてくれたので、台所で大きな火を使うことができましたが、庭の野菜はほとんどなくなってしまい、残りは雪に覆われていました。